disclaimer for the viewers. Content in the transdermal drug delivery system, we are going to discuss introduction, permeation through skin, factors affecting permeation, permeation enhancers, basic components of TDDS, and the formulation approaches. So in the chapter Transdermal Drug Delivery System, we are going to discuss the introduction part, then permeation through skin, factors affecting permeation, permeation enhancers, basic components of transdermal drug delivery system, and the formulation approaches. Let us see the learning objectives which I have set for the chapter Transdermal Drug Delivery System. Very first learning objective I have set for the chapter Transdermal Drug Delivery System, you will be able to define transdermal drug delivery systems. That is, what is mean by the transdermal drug delivery system. Second objectives, you will be able to write advantages and disadvantages of transdermal drug delivery systems. Third objective, you will be able to describe skin structure, function, and biochemistry. Fourth objective, you will be able to explain permeation through skin and factors affecting to transdermal permeation. The fifth objective, you will be able to use permeation enhancers in the TDDS. Sixth objective, that is, you will be able to describe basic components of transdermal drug delivery system, and the last objectives, you will be able to discuss formulation approaches. So here I have set total 7 objectives, right? Very first one, that is that you will be able to define transdermal drug delivery system. What is mean by the transdermal drug delivery system? You will be able to write the various advantages and disadvantages of transdermal drug delivery systems. Before dealing with the transdermal drug delivery system, there is a need to understand the skin structure, then its function, then anatomy, physiology, biochemistry, isn't it? So the third objective I have set, that is, you will be able to describe skin structure, function, and biochemistry. The fourth objective, which is related with the permeation through skin and the various factors affecting to transdermal permeation. That is, you will be able to explain permeation through skin and factors affecting to transdermal permeation. As there are the various factors which are going to affect the transdermal permeation, there is a need to use the permeation enhancers, which improves or which increases the permeation through skin. So we are going to discuss the permeation enhancers. That is, you will be able to use the permeation enhancers in the transdermal drug delivery system. Then the sixth objective, that is, you will be able to describe the basic components of the transdermal drug delivery system. And the last objective, that is the various formulation approaches for the transdermal drug delivery system. Using these formulation approaches, it is possible to formulate the transdermal drug delivery system. So this is about the learning objectives which I have set for the topic transdermal drug delivery system. So at the end of the whole chapter, you will be competent to formulate the transdermal drug delivery system. Along with, you will be able to select suitable drug for the transdermal drug delivery system. The additional points which we are going to discuss in this chapter, that is evaluation of the transdermal drug delivery system, which is not there in the syllabus. So these are the learning objectives. Let us move towards the introduction of transdermal drug delivery system. Look at the figure. Here I have shown one very nice picture in which the topical formulation it is applied, right? And yet another insert picture is there in which the transdermal formulation it is applied onto the arms. So what is the topical? It is just local, right? And in the case of transdermal, whatever the drug it is incorporated into the formulation, it is going to be absorbed systemically and it gives the systemic effect. So transdermal drug delivery system, it is a self-contained discrete dosage form which when applied to the intact skin will deliver the drug at a controlled rate to systemic circulation. That is known as the transdermal drug delivery system. So it is the medicated adhesive patch that is placed on the skin to deliver a specific dose of medication through the skin and into the blood stream. So whatever the formulation it is designed, it contains the medicament, right? This medicament it is going to be permeated through the skin and reached it into the bloodstream, and thereby furthermore it is going to elicit the pharmacological action. That is, we are getting the systemic effect. That is nothing but a transdermal drug delivery system. So transdermal drug delivery system, it is a self-contained discrete dosage form which when applied to the intact skin will deliver the drug at a controlled rate to systemic circulation, as it is the medicated adhesive patch that is placed on the skin to deliver a specific dose of medication through the skin and into the bloodstream. Total annual market of the transdermal drug delivery system, it is approximately 2 billion worldwide. It's a huge market, isn't it, for the transdermal drug delivery system. Let us move towards the rationale behind designing of the transdermal drug delivery system. On the next slide, we are going to discuss the rationale behind the transdermal drug delivery system. Let us see the rationale behind transdermal drug delivery system. Transdermal drug delivery system, it provides stable plasma level time profiles over extended period of time. There is a reduction in the dosing frequency, side effects of the medication and the daily doses. When we are designing the transdermal drug delivery system, it reduces the dosing frequency, it reduces the side effects of the medication, and also there is a reduction in the daily dose. It's an easy, painless, and convenient mode of application. Like a parenteral, it is not invasive in nature. Simply, we have to suppose to place the formulation onto the skin. So that's why it's easy, painless, and convenient mode of application. There is a high patient compliance we are getting in the case of transdermal drug delivery system, that is in the case of transdermal patches. Transdermal patch, it is a final formulation of the TDDS, especially in elderly and young patients and patients group who have difficulties in swallowing or who are suffering from the nausea and vomiting or the emesis. So in the case of elderly patients, young patients, also the patients who are having the swallowing problem, as well as the patient who are suffering from the nausea and emesis, we are getting the good patient compliance in the case of transdermal drug delivery system. It improves the competitiveness of a pharmaceutical company in a large market segment. Furthermore, there is a drug driven rationale is also there. There are certain drugs are there which are suitable or ideal candidates for the transdermal drug delivery system. The active ingredient meets the requirement for transdermal candidates and where the issues connected with the oral application can be solved by this route. As you know that the oral, when the drug it is given by the oral route of administration, there are certain disadvantages which are associated with the oral route, and 90% of the limitation overcome by the transdermal drug delivery system or when the drug is given by the transdermal route. Then transdermal system can support life cycle management of approved drugs by strengthening the patent situation and relationship to the key customer. So this is the rationale for the transdermal drug delivery system. Very first one, it provides stable plasma level time profile over extended time periods. There is a reduction in the dosing frequency, reduction in the side effects of the medication and the daily doses. It is an easy, painless, and convenient mode of application. There is a high patient compliance we are getting, especially in elderly and young people and patient groups who have difficulties in swallowing or who are suffering from nausea and emesis. It improves the competitiveness of a pharmaceutical company in a large market segment. Furthermore, the drug driven rationale, that is the active ingredient, meets the requirement for transdermal candidates and where issues connected with the oral application can be solved by this route. Transdermal system can support life cycle management of approved drugs by strengthening the patent situation and relationship to key customer. IP stands for intellectual property. So this is about the rationale for the transdermal drug delivery system. Let us move towards the advantages of transdermal drug delivery system. Advantages. Very first advantage of the transdermal drug delivery system is TDDS are non-invasive and can be safely administered. Like a parenteral drug delivery system, it is a invasive in nature, but the transdermal drug delivery systems are non-invasive and can be safely administered without help of the physician. There is the physician, it is not required to administer the transdermal drug delivery system. It avoids gastrointestinal absorption problems. There are certain drugs are there which are not absorbed well from the gastrointestinal tract, and also the gastrointestinal incompatibility. There are few drugs are there which are incompatible in the GIT. So that is not a case in the TDDS. So transdermal drug delivery systems avoids gastrointestinal absorption problems and gastrointestinal incompatibility of certain drugs. It avoids first pass hepatic metabolism of drug. As in the case of the transdermal drug delivery system, it is given by the transdermal route and the drug is not exposed to the liver, and thereby it avoids first pass hepatic metabolism of drugs. TDDS can provide release of drugs for a long period of time without dose dumping. When we are designing the formulation for oral route of administration, for example, CDDS formulation, control release drug delivery system, there might be chances of dose dumping, isn't it? And that may lead to the toxicity. But when we are designing the formulation for as a transdermal drug delivery system, there is a one barrier which is present over there, that is the skin, isn't it? And we are not getting the problem like a dose dumping. So TDDS can provide release of a drug for long period of time without dose dumping. It increases the therapeutic value of drug. As there is a dose reduction is there, then furthermore the toxic effects of drug which are going to be reduced, then dosing frequency it is going to be reduced. So automatically the therapeutic value of drug is going to be increased when it is given as a transdermal drug delivery system in the form of transdermal drug delivery system. It reduces the frequency of dosing, that is a dosing frequency, it is going to be reduced, and that will increase the patient compliance. Easy removal or termination of device if needed. Suppose in certain cases there is a need to remove the transdermal patch, there is no need or there is no requirement of physician, isn't it? As like a implantable drug delivery system, the surgery is required. Simply, we have to suppose to remove the patch from the site of administration. So easy removal or termination of device if needed. There is an improved patient compliance in the case of transdermal drug delivery system. It avoids risk and inconvenience of IV therapy. As you know that the intravenous administration, it's a little bit difficult, isn't it? It's a invasive, there is a pain, and so many other issues are there, isn't it? So in the case of TDDS, it avoids the risk and inconvenience of IV therapy. So there are total 9 advantages I have cited over here. Very first one, TDDS are non-invasive and can be self-administered. It avoids gastrointestinal absorption problems and the gastrointestinal incompatibility of drug. It avoids first pass hepatic metabolism of drugs. TDDS can provide release of drugs for long period of time without dose dumping. It increases the therapeutic value of drugs. It reduces the frequency of dosing there is an easy removal or termination of device if needed, improved patient compliance, and it avoids risks and inconvenience of IV therapy. So that's it about the advantages of transdermal drug delivery system. Let us move towards the disadvantages of transdermal drug delivery system. Like advantages, transdermal drug delivery system, it is having a certain disadvantages. So these are the certain disadvantages of the transdermal drug delivery system. It is unsuitable for drugs that irritates or sensitize the skin. Transdermal drug delivery system, it is not suitable for the drugs which produces the irritation or which sensitize the skin. It is suitable for only the potent drugs. It is not suitable for the drugs which are having a high dose, which are not potent in nature, isn't it? Drug requiring high blood levels are unusable, as there are few drugs are there which requires high plasma concentration or high blood levels. Such drugs are not suitable for the transdermal drug delivery system. Drugs with a long half-life cannot be formulated in the TDDS. There are few drugs are there which are having a long elimination half-life. Such drugs are also not suitable, or it is not possible to formulate the TDDS of these drugs. It may not be economical. Maybe the cost of TDDS formulation or transdermal patch, which is on a higher side than the conventional formulations. Sometimes the adhesives may not adhere well to all types of skin. Depending on the type of skin, the secretions are going to change, isn't it? And the transdermal patch contains the adhesive layer, which will help to adhere the patch to the skin. So in certain cases, the adhesive may not adhere well to the all types of the skin if it contains certain secretions. Then enzymatic degradation of drugs by bacterial and the skin enzymes. As you know that, as I have said, the skin, it is having a certain secretion. So some bacteria may grow on the skin, and they are responsible for the enzymatic degradation. They are going to produce certain enzymes and which are responsible for the metabolism of the drugs. Also certain skin enzymes are present, and which are responsible for the metabolism of the drug. So such drugs are not suitable for the TDDS if it is having a enzymatic degradation. Then the molecular size of drug, it is limited to 400 Dalton. It is not possible to deliver the drugs which are having molecular size greater than 400 Daltons. For example, proteins and the peptides. Long-term use of the transdermal patch blocks skin pores and reduce efficiency of the patch. If we are using continuously the transdermal patch at the same place, and there may be the chances of the skin pores are going to be blocked, and thereby furthermore the efficiency of patch, it is going to be reduced. The drug is not going to be permeated well through the such skin. And the last disadvantage, and which is a very important one, that is the skin barrier function. Skin, it is not going to give the easy access to the drug. It is going to act as a barrier. There are various layers are there in the skin, and which restricts the entry of drug into the systemic circulation. So these are the disadvantages of transdermal drug delivery system. Very first one, it is unsuitable for drug that irritates or sensitize skin. It is suitable for only potent drugs. The drugs which requires high blood levels are unusable. Drugs with a long half-life cannot be formulated in a transdermal drug delivery system. It may not be economical. Adhesive may not adhere well to all types of skin. Enzymatic degradation of drug by bacterial and skin enzyme. Certainly, when we are considering the enzymatic degradation of a drug by skin, when we are comparing it with the liver, almost it is less than 10%. Molecular size of drug, it is limited to 400 Dalton. Then long-term use blocks the skin pores and reduce efficiency of patch and skin barrier function. So this is about the disadvantages of transdermal drug delivery system. Let us see the selection criteria for the drug. Here I have shown one image, that is a criteria for selection of drug incorporated in the TDDS. There are 4 important points are there which needs to be considered while selecting the drug. Very first one, that is a adequate skin permeability. Second one, adequate skin acceptability. Third one, that is adequate clinical need and adequate distribution. Really, whatever the drug which we have selected, it is having a good permeability, and which is going to be decided by the molecular weight, melting point, lipophilicity, and its potency. Generally, the drug should have the low molecular weight, low melting point. It should have the moderate lipophilicity as well as the hydrophilicity in order to cross the skin barrier or the stratum corneum. Then drug should have the low dose. It should be potent in nature. Second one, that is a adequate skin acceptability. Whatever drug or we have selected, it should be non-irritating, it should be non-sensitizing, and it should be non-metabolizing. It should not be metabolized on the skin or skin enzymes. Then there should be the adequate clinical need. Really, there is a need to deliver the specific drug by transdermal route. Say, for example, need to prolong the administration. So automatically the frequency of administration, it is going to be reduced. Need to increase the patient compliance. Need to reduce the side effects on non-target sites. And the last one, that is a adequate distribution. That is the need for site-specific drug delivery, then local drug distribution, and the safety. There is a selection criteria for the drugs I have listed over here. That is very first one, that is the ionic character of the drug. Whatever drug we are selecting, it should be non-ionic in nature. Then the molecular weight of drug, it should be less than 400 Dalton. Melting point of drug, it should be less than 200 degrees Celsius. Then the lipophilicity, that is log p value, W by O, water to octanol, it should be ranging between 1 to 4. The shelf life of the drug, it should be more than 2 years. The elimination half-life of drug, it should be less than 10 hours. The daily dose of the drug, it should be less than 20 milligram per day. And the drug should have the skin permeability greater than 0.5 into 10 raised to minus 3 centimeter per hour. So this is about the drug candidates for the transdermal drug delivery system. So let us move towards the applications of transdermal drug delivery systems. Transdermal drug delivery system, it is used in the angina pectoris, then for smoking cessation, then it is used in the hypertension, then it is used in the pain management, then it is used in the vomiting, it is used in the contraception, and certainly menopausal symptoms. These are certain images of the marketed formulations of the transdermal drug delivery system. Very first one, that is a nitrodur. It contains the drug that is the nitroglycerin, and it is used for the angina pectoris. The second one, that is the nicotine patch, nicotine transdermal system patch. It is used for the smoking cessation. The third one, that is a clonidine transdermal system. It is widely used as the anti-hypertensive. That is the to reduce the hypertension. Then fourth one, that is a diclofenac transdermal patch. It is used to manage the pain. And second one, that is a fentanyl transdermal system. Again, it is used for the pain management. Then the transderm scope, it is contains the scopolamine, and it is going to act as a anti-emetic. And the last one, that is the ethinyl estradiol. It is used for the contraception. And there are certain other patches are also available for the menopausal symptoms.